What if I told you that the hottest money in crypto right now, it wasn't coming from Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even the latest meme coin craze? Would you believe me? Because here's the thing. The biggest moves that we are seeing aren't in the usual blue chips. They're coming from a brand new wave of creator-driven tokens, and the speed at which they are taking over is ridiculous. This isn't some niche little corner of crypto anymore. It's becoming the next big battleground for culture, money, and attention. Welcome back to another episode of JRNY TV. My name is Nick, and this is where we cut the hype and the noise, and we show you how to navigate through the world of crypto and digital finance. And today, we are diving into something that completely changed the way that people think about value on the internet. ZORA, a creator-first layer 2 chain, is turning everyday content, tweets or X's, memes, songs, whatever you can think of into on-chain assets that people can trade. At the same time, Coinbase's Base network is quietly exploding in activity, churning out more tokens than even Solana, and redefining how fast a chain can grow when the right incentives are in fact in play. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down what ZORA actually is, why creators are jumping in like crazy, how Base has become the launchpad for a token creation frenzy, and why ZORA's price has been rocketing. We're also going to look at what's coming next for the platform and whether this is a legitimate investment opportunity or maybe it's just another hype cycle waiting to cool off. By the end, you're going to know exactly why this story matters and whether or not it's one you want to be a part of before it's too late. What is ZORA and what is it used for? ZORA isn't your average blockchain project. It's built as a creator-first Ethereum Layer 2, powered by the Optimism OP stack, and its entire purpose is to flip the way value moves online. Instead of relying on likes, ads, and middlemen to monetize its content, ZORA lets you mint your creations directly on-chain, whether that be a meme, a music track, a piece of art, or even a random post that just happens to go viral. The process is fast enough, cheap enough, and simple enough that non-technical creators, they can get involved without learning how to code or navigate complex crypto tools. The real hook is in how ZORA's creator coin system works. When you launch a coin tied to your account, you get a fixed supply, 50% unlocked immediately, and the other half vesting over 5 years. Every time that token changes hands, 1% of the trade goes straight to you, the creator. And that means your revenue isn't a one and done moment at launch. It keeps flowing as long as people trade your coin. Since mid-July, that model has exploded in popularity, minting over 1.6 million creator coins and attracting more than 3 million traders, also generating roughly 470 million in volume, and counting. Those numbers aren't just good for a new chain. They have been enough to push ZORA past Solana in daily token creation. But what's even crazier is the pace. In just a single day, ZORA saw over 54,000 tokens minted, double what Solana was producing in the same period. And it's been holding that momentum. That growth has been fueled by Base's tight integration, making it easier for users to create and trade without friction. The result is a platform that's not just another NFT experiment, but a full-on cultural engine turning attention into a liquid market. And it's only getting faster. What in the heck is Base, and what is it used for? Base is Coinbase's answer to making blockchain feel a little less like a tech demo and more like a functioning mass market platform. It's an Ethereum Layer 2 network, also built on the Optimism OP stack. It's designed to be cheap, fast, and most importantly, seamlessly integrated with Coinbase's massive user base. So, while a lot of chains try to lure people in with promises of the low fees or flashy features, Base's real edge is distribution. It's plugged directly into the Coinbase app, meaning millions of existing crypto users can access it without juggling wallets, bridging assets, or hunting for the complicated onboarding tutorials. But the real story lately is how Base has become the go-to launchpad for token creation. Over the past month, it's been running laps around competitors in sheer volume, even overtaking Solana in daily token launches. So yeah, we're talking tens of thousands of new tokens being spun up every single day. Much of it being driven by projects exactly like ZORA that lean on Base for their infrastructure. That kind of activity isn't just vanity metrics. It's on-chain liquidity, constant trading volume, and a flood of micro communities forming overnight. The Base ecosystem now spans meme coins, creator coins, DeFi experiments, and social finance apps, so making it feel less like a single network and more like a constantly evolving cultural hub is a real vibe on the platform. Coinbase's involvement gives Base another advantage most networks can't even dream of: legitimacy in the eyes of regulators and institutions. And that means it's positioned to grow without the same level of friction and uncertainty that unfortunately stalled other chains in the past. And with transaction costs staying under a cent and settlement times nearly instant, Base isn't just attracting the traders, it is keeping them there. If the last few weeks are any indication, This is quickly becoming the default chain for token launches, and projects like ZORA are only accelerating that trend. Why the ZORA token is exploding in price and adoption. Let's dig into it. ZORA is not just spiking, it's blasting off with a little bit of rocket fuel. In the last 24 hours, the token had soared nearly 50%, hitting a high of around 14 cents and securing a market cap of approximately $450 million. This wasn't sparked by any dramatic news. Rather, it came from a perfect storm of ecosystem growth, exchange listings, and speculative momentum. Part of that momentum, it stems from the derivatives. Binance introduced up to 50x leverage perpetual contracts for ZORA, thus unleashing a wave of speculative trading and expanding liquidity like we have never seen before. But at the same time, on-chain activity went through the roof, with over 47,000 creator token issuances from 21,000 creators reported on one single day. Numbers not seen since late July. It's become clear why ZORA is on the leaderboard for all-time high gainers. In the past month alone, its price ballooned by 1,260%, and some reports show it's up over 1,500% from June lows, showing just how explosive this run is. Beyond the speculative surge, there is a real structural story here. ZORA's integration with Base, it makes creating and trading creator coins fast and accessible. Combine that with new exchange listings and whales stacking up. Smart money appears to be piling in, driving supply tighter and prices much higher. Current price action shows a slight pullback. It's hovering around 12 cents, with intraday swings between 11 cents and 14 cents. How Base volume and use case is surging. If you've been watching Base over the past few weeks, it's hard to miss the fact that this thing is on a tear. The chain has transformed from a promising Coinbase-backed project into one of the busiest hubs in crypto, and is doing it by absolutely dominating token creation. In early August, Base officially overtook Solana for the first time in daily token launches, cranking out more than 54,000 new tokens in a single day. And that's not just an edge, that is a landslide win. And it's being driven in large part by ZORA's creator coin explosion. This surge isn't limited to the number of tokens being spun up. It is translating directly into massive on-chain activity and liquidity. In July alone, Base, it recorded over 470 million in trading volume from creator coins and other token activity, pulling in millions of unique traders in the process. And because it's built into Coinbase's ecosystem, the barrier for entry is basically non-existent. A user can go from downloading Coinbase to minting their own coin within minutes without touching a bridge or an external wallet. That's a big deal. And that ease of use is rocket fuel for adoption. That's also why Base is starting to feel like the default home for token creation. But what's more is Base isn't just about meme coins or one-off hype cycles. The network is becoming a foundational layer for all kinds of applications, NFT platforms, social finance apps, gaming economies, and many more things. And every single time a project like ZORA catches fire, it feeds Base's network effect even further. The more users mint, the more traders follow. The more traders arrive, the more developers launch. It's a loop that's turning Base from the Coinbase L2 into a genuine cultural and economic engine for Web3. What else is ZORA working on for future launches? ZORA is not slowing down anytime soon. If anything, the team is leaning into this momentum and stacking the new features that could make the platform even stickier. Right now, one of their biggest focuses is expanding the social layer. They're working on tools that make creator coins feel a little less like static assets and a bit more like interactive communities, with built-in perks for holders like exclusive drops, gated chats, and early access to new content. The goal here is to turn every coin into a microeconomy where value doesn't just come from speculation, but rather from ongoing engagement between the creator and their audience. On the tech side, though, ZORA is pushing deeper integrations with Base and other Optimism Superchain members. They have hinted at rolling out faster settlement times and more gas-optimized minting for large-scale campaigns, which then could open the door for brands, musicians, and even traditional media outlets to then jump in. There's also talk of enabling multi-asset creator profiles, when someone can manage multiple coin or NFT collections from a single dashboard, streamlining the experience for creators with diverse content streams. But perhaps the most interesting angle is their push toward mainstream partnerships. While most of the hype so far has been crypto native, ZORA is already in talks with influencers, record labels, and sports organizations to help launch branded creator coins. If those deals do start dropping, it won't just be the crypto crowd paying attention. It could be a floodgate moment for bringing everyday social media users into on-chain markets without them even realizing that they're using crypto. Is ZORA token a good buy? Here is the price breakdown. All right, so here's where things get a bit tricky. ZORA has been on an absolute rocket ride, up well over 1,200% in the last month alone, and that kind of momentum can make anyone feel like they're kind of missing out. It also screams volatility. As of now, the token is trading around 12 cents, which means that we have already seen a healthy pullback from the peak. That kind of retracement is a normal pullback after such a steep climb. But it also means that short-term traders should be careful. Volatility, it cuts both ways, and leverage-fueled rallies can unwind just as fast as they pump. From a fundamental standpoint though, ZORA has some of the rare traits that can sustain a token beyond the hype. There is a clear use case, real user adoption, and strong integration with BASE. The new era of on-chain culture. What's happening right now with ZORA and BASE, it feels like one of those rare moments in crypto where the culture and the tech line up perfectly. We've seen chains explode in the past off hype alone, but this run is different. There is actual utility here, and it's utility that clicks with how people already behave online. Creators want to monetize their work, fans want ways to support them, traders want liquid, fast-moving markets. ZORA and BASE are giving all three groups exactly what they want, and they're doing it at a scale that's starting to make the rest of the industry take notice. The real question here is, though, isn't just whether or not ZORA will keep pumping, it's whether this model becomes the new norm for digital ownership. So if creator coins and instant token launches go mainstream, the internet as we know it could shift from being ad-driven to being value-driven. And with BASE as the underlying engine, the infrastructure is already there to make that leap happen. We're not just watching a trend. We may be watching the early stages of an entirely new internet economy. So whether or not you're a trader chasing the next big move, a creator looking to stake your claim in the Web3 space, or maybe you're just someone that's curious about where the future is headed, either way, now is the time to pay attention. The social token boom isn't coming, it's here. And if ZORA and BASE keep this momentum going, this might be the start of something much bigger. As always, this is JRNY TV. Stay early, stay informed, and we will catch you in the next one.